Hey there, Hunter here, and this is going to be part 2 of me reacting to RoboSapien V2, when toys were better. It's actually toys were better. He said toys were good earlier, so basically now what if you're just joining us, if you just, go ahead, check out the first video I did. It was an hour long. I'm kind of starting to do the long videos thing again. Not really, I just noticed that if I make longer videos, people will seem to watch it, because if I make separate videos, then they won't make much money. The only reason why don't do long videos anymore is because my parents can't sit through them. Nobody can sit through them, but at least it's kind of gibberish bullshit, as my parents like to say, but it's not like me walking around in circles like the camera views. Better than the old videos, I swear. I said my old videos were bad, but I think these are better. But basically what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be talking about how basically Project Tony, this guy, Project Number Zero, is the main person who really wants RoboSapien V2 to come back. And he was talking to the CEO of WowWee, and they were basically saying that they do not want to make RoboSapien V2 anymore, and because they're too expensive to make, and that most of the toys they're making are all app-based and not really robotic anymore. And we were just talking about RoboSen. RoboSen does, like, amazing work. Like, hey, Optimus Prime, greetings, transform. Like, to do all this crazy crap. Like, they're basically just WowWee on steroids. They even made their own Ultimate Buzz Lightyear toy. I mean, they just made their Soundwave. They just made Soundwave recently. But they're on the higher end. But I've already said that these were they were high end. Like, they were really high-tech robots, but they were kind of, cheaper. Like, they had cheap parts in them, but, like, there was $249.99, so expensive. But look at the other. Let's check that out here. RoboSen. Let's see. Yeah, what? Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know, but. And they even made WALL-E. They maybe made WALL-E. So they're basically like Thinkway toys at this point, kinda. So not only are they like WowWee, they're also kind of like Thinkway toys as well. But here. Yeah, see, look at how expensive. Look at that, $1 million. Who would want to spend that? I mean, $599 is $599. See, so that's what made these robots so great. I'm not poor or anything. I'm not poor or anything. I'm just, my parents expect quality when they buy stuff. So, yeah.
Nowadays, again, they're kind of releasing like app-based toys and stuff like that, and they're not really robotic anymore. They're more like just little kitty toys, like My Little Pony and stuff like that. I really don't pay attention to them anymore. So there's kind of like this market of V2s that are there's this market of V2s now where they're getting older. These are about 20 years old now. This year.
Now they're actually 11, like they're actually 21 years old now. It's 2026, and now Aris Media is going to be 20 years old now.
Speaking of releases, so we have the RoboSapien V2. Again, it came in white, silver, black, blue, red, and bronze. So it came out in 6 colors. And there are some elusive RoboSapien V2s in the market as well. There is a promotional photo of like a pink one.
Yeah, see, there's the pink one. That's the other one. They did like the mini ones, but there's a pink one, there's an orange one, and then there's a green one.
And a green one. I've seen the orange one inside of a museum in Spain. I don't know the name of it on the tip of my head.
I think it was like the. Let me look that up real quick. Okay, I couldn't really figure out what it was because I don't speak Spanish, and but it was in a science museum in Spain.
One of my friends actually owns a turquoise V2.
And there was also a turquoise one. That was another thing.
On top of my head. I don't know if he wants his name on the video, so I'm not going to say it. But if you just look up turquoise V2, his video will pop up. then there's also the green RoboSapien V2. Now this one's a very kind of a lucid V2 because
and also there was also like promotional ones, like when they were in stores, they had like the giant ones. Like they had like giant like statues of them, which had popped up in various places around the area, like in the United States, like and there was even there was also a RoboSapien V2 that was in the Sub 41 video, and Tipster was in, other WowWee robots have appeared in other pop culture, but in terms of V2, he's in a Sub 41 music video. I'll show you the picture real quick, hon. See, there's the prototype ones right there. But see, look, let's see what it's called. Yeah, see, it's Walking Disaster. That's what it's called. What, hon? See, there it is, right there. Then there's the factory making them. There's the elusive ones. There's the CES one. There's the stock images. There's the instruction manual. There's another stock image. Then there's interactions with them. There's the commercials. There's the master. The flexibility. That's the dancing one. The black one. And the sharper image one. The silver one. And there it is. So. That was like, yeah, and the other ones are not as loud. Like, you know how the RS Media has the woofer in it and it has volume control? These don't have volume control, I'm pretty sure, but they're not as loud either. They have bass, but they're very quiet. Like, these aren't loud and obnoxious. So if I was a kid, I would not like these. Some people were also freaked out by RoboSapien as well. I mean, people are already freaked out by robots to begin with because of the whole invasion thing. Like, they're going to take over the world. As we've seen that 70% of the internet is all AI-generated slop. So, I mean, robots kind of stuck in producing entertainment. But, I mean, in terms of this, they're pretty damn good at it. Like, humans are pretty good at making robot entertainment, But themselves, robots producing their own stuff, they're pretty awful at it because of the whole stupid AI brain rot crap. I don't hate it. I just think it's awful. I just think that's kind of hating. I just strongly dislike it. And I don't hate like Cocomelon. I don't hate like Cocomelon or Skibby Toilet or any of that stuff anymore. Like, I've been kind of watching like Gmod videos and I've been kind of interested in Gmod a little bit. I mean, there was a video that Robotical Halloween made, or Zodrigley635, where he had like the RoboSapien V2s and all the WowWee robots in like Gmod. So, I mean, I'm kind of interested in that, but once again, I need a new computer. That's the problem. So maybe if I act, maybe that'll be another thing I could get back. So, yeah.
This is a very kind of elusive V2 because no one has actually made a video on it. No one has actually kind of really even seen it in person. There's been very few sightings of it. There was one listing that was like a Photoshop from like 2010 that looked really fake. They were selling it for like $100, but it was on a scam website. There was another one where they posted it on Instagram. It was a more clear photo of it. And, when me and my other robot friends at the time, Kevin, Zora635, or Arbor's Honor, we kind of looked at them, we saw those. We were like, is that real or is that photoshopped? And kind of like came to the conclusion it was real because there was a promo photo with a green V2 in it. Now, I haven't seen a green V2 pretty much ever for sale until recently. Now, let me show you something really cool that I have.
He has them.
So guys,
he has the green one, and he also got the.
Right here is probably the first time these were ever shown in a YouTube video, together at least, and one of them probably for the first.
And then the
time
turquoise
ever.
one.
But
So this is like rare footage. He has the green one. So he's just said that he didn't actually have it, but now he does.
As you can see, these come in a pretty unique box. They come in a white box. It still shows pretty much everything that you have seen with a RoboSapien V2. The text, the fusion of technology and personality. It has all the, RoboSapien V2 has humanoid body movement. V2 has advanced sensory features.
And you kind of see that if you line up boxes, they kind of connect with each other. See?
Personality. And what's really cool too is it actually has a semi-different look on the box itself. So this isn't the official one that they used for production. This was more of like a promo photo of RoboSapien V2. And as you can see here, this does not have a serial number or a product number. So this is actually a prototype pre-release. So this is really just kind of crazy that this is in my collection now. And I don't even know if I can consider these color variants of V2 because, you have like, white, red, blue, bronze, black, silver. You have those ones.
So basically, you have like the whole
turquoise,
RoboSapien V2 like
green,
like
orange,
rainbow,
and pink.
basically. Just like, well, I mean, they didn't make they made more of the colored ones for, well, maybe there actually exists elusive RoboSapien V1s as well, but I mean, I don't really think so, but maybe there is. So because there's like a pink mini V1, so now all he has to do is he has to get the pink one, which I think he's also had that as well. Because the orange one was, found in like 2020. These things were found really easily. So, yeah, so it's pretty crazy. It is. But I don't know, like I said, Sharper Image is the one that made the colored versions, like the rainbow ones. But WowWee was the one that made all of just the mutant, like the monotone colors, like black, white, silver. I mean, silver might be, it's a Sharper Image one as well, but mostly WowWee is just the black and white, and the black and silver, and the yellow and white. Well, so I guess technically we kind of do actually have the whole RoboSapien V2 family, even if the yellow and white ones are just white ones, but just people, I'm not gonna say anything about them. I'm just gonna say that I don't want to say anything. I'm just gonna say that they just they just put it in sunlight and they expose it to the UV rays, and then it got yellow, and they do break down really easily. And same with the black ones. They do break down really easy because they have the snapping leg and then the neck problem. Because the black plastic is known to get very brittle as it ages. But the hardest thing to use is clear plastic, and that's why they don't break. They don't have snapping. They're made with the exact same parts as V2, the third gen one, that have the exact same problems, but they still have they're all transparent stuff.
Ones were never officially released, but it's just really cool that someone like me was able to acquire these two. So actually how I got these robots was a pretty cool story. So the turquoise actually appeared up on eBay. My buddy was Kevin or Azure635 saw it, and he sent me a message on it. He's like, hey, you should get this. So I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to get it. I sent an offer, and he accepted the offer. And I just kind of like talked with him a little bit about it because I was saying like, how did you acquire this? And, I talked with him a little bit, and turns out the guy was actually Mark Tilden's cousin. His name is John Hopkins. I'm sure he doesn't mind me using his name because...
So, wow, look at that. So basically, Mark Tilden's cousin actually owned, So Mark Tilden's cousin, wow, I'm learning a lot of stuff in this video. Being serious, by the way. So, Mark Tilden's cousin is John Hopkins. So Mark Tilden's cousin is John Hopkins. So, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, but there's not really much information known about his family, mostly his life as, an inventor, or, a NASA scientist and doing all this, robotic stuff, engineering, microprocessor stuff. It's more about, his career rather than his actual life. Like, he was born in the UK, and he was raised in Canada. So, he's, like, British Canadian and all this other stuff. So he's somewhere. So, that's pretty cool that Mark Tilden's cousin actually acquired the turquoise V2 and gave it to him. So, yeah.
It's a lot of different work he's done. He's a cinematographer, so he's done a lot of kind of like projects, documentaries. One of the documentaries I'm actually trying to get from him right now, it's called RoboSapiens. It's a documentary he did with Mark Tilden back in the early 2000s. So I feel like that'll be really kind of exciting to check
So I think I
out
wonder if it's
once
like
he
the
actually gets that
AP
to me.
or like
I'll
the
definitely have it uploaded on the YouTube channel so other people can enjoy it. But yeah, we were kind of talking about these and showing, like, talking about how innovative they were. RoboSapien V2, RoboRaptor, RoboPet, like all those kind of robots. Mechanical toys.
So is Mark Twain dead? Like, I don't know. But his cousin is still active. So, but we just haven't heard from the main guy himself. So, like, I don't. So I guess he did make a return. So I got my wish granted. But it's not actual Mark Twain itself. It's just his cousin. So maybe in 2026 he'll make a return. Probably not. Maybe like Steve Burns, but. It's Blue's Clues, but
telling me how he
just no one heard him in the
more
news, and then we just suddenly
like,
talk about him all of a sudden.
And he was telling me how he had different, different. He had all the robots essentially, but the ones that really kind of like stood out, like the unique ones in his collection were like, the turquoise, the green V2, red RoboRaptor, and I'm like, whoa.
Which there was actually a red RoboRaptor. There was actually a red RoboRaptor that was in a RoboMe commercial. It was in the here, I'll show you. See, there it is. And it's in the RoboFire Yourself with RoboMe commercial. There it is. So I assume that that's probably the one that he's talking about. So that's the prototype one right there. See, this is the video it's from. So it's the little Brewster music. Or the little sneaky snitch music. So, yeah. But there's a whole entire video that Jordan or someone made that has all the prototypes and other robots that were made by WowWee that just, prototype ones. So, yeah.
V2, red RoboRaptor, and I'm like, whoa. You have a green V2? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you interested in selling that one? And long and behold, we came up with a number that worked best for both of us. It was a pretty penny. It was a pretty penny. But now I can literally say that I have the green V2 and the turquoise in my collection. And this is something where I can't really put a value on them. I've had people trying to offer me for the two of them. I actually had someone offer me today, even before I posted this video. So someone in my inner circle must have gone out, said some information to people, I don't know. But
so then I shouldn't be reacting to this video then. So I shouldn't be reacting to them because I'm saying all this information and giving that to the public, but nobody knows me. If I would have to be like Mr. Beast. I would have to be like Mr. Beast or someone like that in order because everyone listens to him. Like, everyone knows his name, or Aisha Speed or Rebecca Zamoa, or I have to be like a big YouTuber in order for him to know me. So, I mean, I shouldn't even be saying this stuff. So I'll just shut up then.
Collector out of France, and he literally offered me, I don't even really want to say it on camera, but he offered me $6,000 for the two of them.
And obviously it was a different currency though, so I don't know what currency they use in France. I already told you that.
This is something
I don't know what they use in France. I like how I said that, but
will never come.
It was in France. I have a terrible freaking, but this is a serious video, the Harry Taint scope, but I already said that in UK dollars or in pounds, like the RoboSapien V2 goes for like £350 or £380 in Australian dollars. Well, that's what the third RS Mini that Jordan got was for. It was $380, and his foot snapped. I already told you earlier that I forgot to mention that he put D batteries in order for him to walk correctly. It was in one of the Lucas videos where he was roaming around. So yeah.
My collection again. I consider these essentially museum pieces because they're just so unique, so cool. But I wish to.
And I assume that maybe probably people were actually. I assume somebody was a fan of WowWee and tried asking the museum sellers to, they were like, I would do that too. I would, like, if I see something at a place, I would, like, hey, is there a gold all-star Sigamajig? Hey, can I have that? I wouldn't do that, but, I would just be very shocked. But I assume that there's probably been people who and I think that's the reason why they got rid of it. I think they were so sick and tired of people asking for the V2 that they just got rid of it in its entirety so people would stop asking for them. So even they got, so not only is WoW fed up with the whole V2 situation. I mean, I don't know if these have bad wires or not, but I should shut up because I don't know if he's gonna say it in the video, but so, but I'm just saying I shouldn't be saying this information, but I mean I'm just saying that. I assume that's the reason why they got rid of it was because they were sick and tired of people asking, giving them money for the V2, so they just got rid of it. So they were sick and tired of people brothling or like bribing them, like, hey, if you do give it these V2s, then like asking to take them home with them, that they just got rid of it in its entirety.
I wish I could open them up, power them on, show you like kind of like the features on them because these are prototype units. There's the firmware in these. It's probably the same as in my like prototype RoboSapien V2 video I did like 10 years ago.
Which was the exact. That was the exact. Which that V2 in the background. I said earlier that it's not his exact same V2. The prototype one was actually his first one. That was what it was all the way back in 2005.
The same boards in there. We probably speak English. I don't know. More than likely because the boxes are in English. But that's one of the things is like I can't open these up because if I do, it kind of like defeats the whole purpose of how they are right now. And then my friend who has the turquoise V2, the other one, yeah, he hasn't opened his up for the same general purpose. And it's really just kind of like amazing how these robots are. And guys, I don't think I've ever mentioned this in any of my past videos or current videos, but the green RoboSapien V2, this was probably my favorite color besides the red. And I was searching for this one for so long, like probably on the cusp of over 10 years I was searching for this one. And it's just such a nice feeling that I was able to get this one, and it's real. It's pretty crazy because even now, even like today, there's still colors coming out that I'm like, wait a minute, they released that color?
So all we would have to do is that I wonder if there's like a yellow one that exists. I guarantee. Let's see. I wonder because there's also a pink one, but so basically, besides purple, we have the whole entire RoboSapien V2 family of colors, even down to like different shades of colors. Obviously, we don't have every shade, and we don't have metallic ones, but they're like pearly, like not like pearl white, but so basically, we kind of do have all the colors. I mean, technically, the yellow white ones, as I said earlier, are kind of yellowed ones, but they're basically white ones with yellow shells because of people exposing it to the UV rays. And I always stuff happens when I say that stuff. Talk about people, not taking care, not listen, just, leaving them out in the sun. So yeah.
For instance, I bought a mini black Roboraptor off of eBay, and I was just like, how did this even exist? And I never knew about it. It's crazy. It's really crazy about how many different variants there were. I also picked up a miniature green chrome RoboSapien, and again, those are ridiculously rare that you just don't see them anywhere. It's insane. Now, what I want to do down the line personally with these robots, because again, I believe that these are, again, superior to pretty much any kind of entertainment that you can get for like toys, stuff like that. I really would love to just kind of collect these and have like a, kind of like a place where people can look at them, kind of like an exhibit, I guess you could say. So I need to start collecting more of these new in-box ones. Currently, I have these two. I'm looking at a red, but it's again very expensive. I'm probably not going to get it anytime soon. I have a white one that's coming on the way. So, I need to find a blue, I need to find black, bronze. I just need to find those colors.
Yeah, because like I said, he does, and that's the reason why the people do the repair service is because they want to, he doesn't have the money to, buy these stuff. That's the reason why he does the repair services, so he can make money and buy this stuff. And eventually repair them and make more money. That's the reason why he does this, because he doesn't have money, he doesn't have the money, this kind of money to spend on V2s, So that's the reason why he does the repair service. Not only because he feels bad for when people get these robots and they're broken, but also because they make money and that, they spent, they don't have the money for some of these, so they do the repair service and they enjoy it, and then they'll get profit out of it.
What I want to ask to some of my
I'm not saying like they're money. I'm not saying like they're money hungry or anything. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying that like they do this just so they can make money and buy. It kind of sounds like but I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just saying that they're doing this just so they can buy, earn profit, and they can, buy V2s and, get money and be happy.
fellow collectors out
Don't
there.
worry.
If you have a new unboxed V2,
Be happy.
If you're interested in selling it,
It's like the only, and
this
this is like a very serious video, by the way. This is not like any of my. This is like the HTC movie at this point. Like some of the other videos are like the HTC movie, but this is like the newest like long-term video I've ever made on my entire channel. I didn't want it to be like this, but I just wanted to make it long because I noticed that if I don't make long-term videos like the MIP video, it didn't make that much money. So I'm not making any profit. I'm just saying that I want to make these long on purpose.
Video, put me back into the spin of things. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any other video suggestion ideas, or if there's another kind of like,
and I think I will also react. I think I will also react to that video right there to respond the algorithm.
I'm thinking of kind of on the way right now. And yeah, I can't wait to share them with you guys. Anyways, guys, this is Anthony or Tony in Florida, and I will be signing off. Have a good one.
So this is exactly what the RoboSapien V2 Jordan video was like. They just had pictures of all the V2s. And that's basically about it. So yeah, I am so sorry this video was so long, but I wanted to at least get something out, and I wanted to update you guys on what's been going on my entire life. And still, I hope everyone's been having, so far, the beginning of the year is not, like, it's not that good. Like, it's okay, I guess, but just the whole phone situation and the camera and the freaking screen going out, it still works, though, thank God. So, but just, it's still the reason why, like, I think, yeah, there was something else that I had to say, that something about the parents not liking, me being disappointed in the sports, but also, mostly it's just because I've never experienced these problems before, so I have absolutely no idea on how to fix it. Like, if I had this problem before, I would fix it. Like, I've always had problems where, like, it goes into that, like, Chinese screen. I had that when I was trying to make a Forza video a long time ago, and then it happened to me once, and I tried fixing it, but I didn't have any, like, resources, so if that screen problem happened to me once, then I would be able to fix it, but, so yeah, anyways, sorry this video was so long, but I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, or really found this video informative, and it's not really enjoy. I know nobody's going to enjoy this video, but I'm just saying that I just hope people have a great holiday. I hope everyone's safe, and I hope that everyone had a great Christmas and spent time with their families. Hope they got some, good laughs, watch good Christmas movies. I mean, we don't do much on the holidays. This is just padding our runtime, but so anyways, hope you guys have a good day. So this is Hunter Cresswell, and I'm signing out. So goodbye.